Hey Winnacunnet, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Derek.
Welcome to the cast of WHTV, Derek.
Thanks, Sarah. Being here is cloying and very esoteric.
You used neither of those words correctly.
I'm just trying to be capricious, original.
So you could have just said excited, but probably not as excited as the local surfers have been these past few weeks, am I right, bruh?
Yeah, bruh, I heard the waves were lit.
Mike and Griffin actually got caught up in the swell.
This is Griffin and Mike here. We're caught in a storm right now. Oh, well, some people are staying inside trying to be dry. There's some people here trying to surf, and we got in on the action. This is a hurricane. This is what most people want the hurricanes to do. But this is what surfers want it to do, producing massive waves. Even when the hurricane is miles offshore, it still produces very nice waves. Surfers enjoy it all hours of the day.
Yeah, I surf during hurricane season in the fall and throughout the summer when we get storms and whatnot.
Hurricane season, usually in the fall, the waves come in due to wind out at sea, so that brings a lot of the waves in. It's not always great because there are high winds, so you kind of have to find that sweet spot, that perfect time. I like it. The water's still warm enough. You're able to go out in a thin wetsuit, have a good time, and try and get out when there's still light before school.
Yeah, the tourists definitely get deterred from coming away because of the storms, because they think it's just going to be awful, but there's usually good surf.
It's for the most part, it's safe. You could still get riptides, lightning, all that kind of stuff, but that's kind of the normal risks.
The surfing in hurricane season is just unreal, man. Can't describe it any other way.
Those were some sweet swells, Burke. Why are you yelling? The storm's over. But I'm sure there are going to be more storms to come. For WHTV, it's Mike and Griffin.
Hey Sarah, have you seen everyone wearing those orange bracelets?
Oh yeah, they're to support leukemia.
Wow, where can I get myself one of those bad Larrys?
You can stop into the school store and purchase an orange bracelet. Each bracelet costs $2 and all profits go to Vanessa Stevens, who is currently battling leukemia. Orange is the color for leukemia awareness. Warrior Trading Post purchased 400 bracelets and hopes to sell all of them, so be sure to stop in.
Wow, what a great cause.
It really is. You should grab one on the way to Warrior Block.
Speaking of Warrior Block, how are you handling all the new changes they made this year?
I'm not really sure what to think of it, but luckily Alia and Dustin have a story on it.
As some of you may have noticed, there have been many changes made to Warrior Block this year. The structure of our advisory period has been rearranged, leaving many students and staff with questions about the alterations and what the future holds for the daily schedule. Seeking clarification, we spoke with Miss Rogers, theater and English teacher as well as member of the Warrior Block committee.
Well, it's been quite a process. We originally we surveyed the staff to find out what they thought our priorities should be in an advisory program, which we then started calling Warrior Block. And we got a lot of don't get rid of SSR, we love SSR, don't do this, don't change. So we sort of came up with a hybrid, we're going to see them every day, but it's going to be SSR, which is a compromise. And then we had a 5-year rollout thinking, we'll just gently, slowly change it. about halfway through last year, we got a lot of complaints from the teachers because we were going too slowly toward an advisory model. So we had to speed things up. And that's why there was such a drastic change between last year and this year.
Accompanying the 2 days of sustained silent reading, Mondays and Tuesdays are designated for games and student bonding. As one of the members of the Warrior Block Committee, Ms. Rogers was heavily involved in the creation of the activities that we participate in.
The thinking behind them is just to have activities that you could do together with your students with no pressure at all, no grade attached to it, but things you could do together and talk. That's the biggest point around it, is to have everybody talk. I think the biggest benefit is that they're, hopefully, if everybody's doing what we planned for them to do, they're talking with a teacher like a human being, not as a, I have to get instruction from you, I'm worried about my grade with you. Just talking and getting to know each other.
After extensive research and observing the advisory models of other schools, the current model of Warrior Block is most likely here to stay, and any upcoming alterations will most likely be minor. We also spoke with Mr. McGowan on the purpose of Warrior Block and the benefits that it brings to our school.
And the goal of the Warrior Block is to provide a vehicle, a mechanism for students to connect to adults in the building, and that was why we started implementing the activities this year, and based on the different grade levels. So I feel that it's the step that we had thought about, that we had planned to move ahead. As we go through this year, we'll continue to monitor the situation, see what the feedback is, and what recommendations we need to do. But again, I think it's important for the students and the staff, and we can provide valuable activities and time for students to do things, whether they're a freshman or as they move up to the senior year.
In order to gain insight on how the students are really feeling about the changes, we spoke with 4 students, one from each grade, about what they do and don't like about advisory period.
I personally don't like the new system for Warrior Block because honestly, my class, we don't really play the games. We don't do that because usually half the things that we're supposed to have with the games, we don't get them. So how are we going to play the games if we don't have all the tools to play them or do anything with?
It's not a lot of time to get a lot of stuff done, so I see it as kind of just another class that you might not like.
I like the new system that we have now, since we have 2 days of games or whatever, and then 2 days of reading and then WHTV.
When you're put with a group of kids your freshman year, and then you're with them every day at a specific time during the day to hang out with them and just see them, you kind of gain comfort because sometimes you don't get put in a lunch with all your friends, and as long as you know those kids in your Warrior Block, it's a way to go and have fun.
Overall, the opinions of the students were varied, but one thing that they all agreed on was that students should be able to use Warrior Block to seek extra help from teachers and do their homework. For WHTV, Alia Strikel.
Hey Sarah, what'd you do this summer?
Just hung around, nothing special. You know what wasn't a waste of time was Caitlin Carmen's trip to Rome this summer. She did 3 presentations last week about her summer at Academia Vivarium Novum. She also spoke about her extended learning opportunities involved with the trip. She spent 8 weeks with full Latin immersion. This program is open for all students with or without prior Latin experience. You can speak to Caitlin Carmen or Mr. Marquette for any more questions.
So, she spoke Spanish for 8 weeks?
No, Latin. Why are you all nervous?
Me? Nervous? No.
You sure seem it.
Well, actually, it is because I saw a cop walking around the school. Gotta be on my best behavior, you know?
That's the resource officer. He is always here and has been for the past 3 years.
Is he nice?
Well, Taylor Yuli and Matt Havey from WHTV1 copped a story about him. Want to see it?
Sure.
Every high school values a sense of friendliness, responsibility, and safety. Luckily, within the confines of our own Winnacunnet High School, we have just that. But who's to thank for this sound accomplishment? One of the many is the school resource officer, a man by the name of Officer DeLuca.
I see him around the halls and at lunch. He's really nice. Whenever I see him, he says hi to me. Other than that, I haven't really talked to him much, but he's always smiling and seems like a really nice guy.
I've seen him around in the school, in his office, but his responsibilities are keeping us safe, keeping everything in line.
He's the bald guy, right?
Now let's hear from Officer DeLuca himself about his roles and responsibilities and what it's like to be the resource officer at Winnicott High School.
So the day in the life of Officer DeLuca here at the school, it's very, very different. So I could start out and have something big happening early on. There could be some, threats on social media, or I could just come in and make a coffee, sit down, open the door and talk to students that come in. Make sure that it's a safe environment. Interact with kids. I interact with adults. I think the primary role of any SRO is to create a good relationship with the kids in the building.
In the school's classrooms, Officer DeLuca can commonly be found educating students about the effects of drugs and alcohol.
So what we have today is we have some drunk goggles. Pretty much put you out of focus. So it makes it very, very difficult in order to do some things that would be very, very easy for you.
Not only does Mr. DeLuca help in the classroom, he aids Winnicott's staff and administration.
I have also seen a lot of students just going in and talking to him, looking for advice. I feel like he kind of is almost like a father figure.
I'll give you a little background. Before I was in police work, I was a high school teacher for 32 years. I retired as a high school teacher. I taught chemistry, I taught physics, I taught biology. I was also a lifeguard for 33 years in Hampton Beach. I was the head lifeguard for most of those years.
The mystery is put to rest. Now you know who the school resource officer is and all the vital roles he plays in our school.
He's not even a scary cop.
This is Matt and Taylor, Broadcast One.
Whoa, sweet. He does seem nice.
Yeah, he is. Hey, why are you even here? You're not even in this class.
That's a question I don't have the answer to.
Okay, well, that's all we have for you today, Winnicott. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Derek. Kind of lame, Sarah. Do I say I'm Daryl, or should I say Derek? Why would I say Daryl?